Hello there, boys and girls. I hope all is well with you as always. Welcome to another day of distance learning. Welcome to another how to draw lesson. With each passing day, we get more and more comfortable with the system, and I hope you are getting something out of it. I hope you're learning some artistic skills, and my wish is that you're having some fun while you're doing it as well, because that's what it's all about. Learning and having some fun in the process, and hopefully that'll help you connect to the lesson and remember some of these things that we're trying to teach you for the rest of your school career and beyond. So here we are, continuing our 2-point perspective piece. I've got my number 2 pencil ready. I've got my large pink eraser, and over here I've got my metallic ruler that I'll certainly be using. So let's get started. And today's goal is to add a few front windows. I'll probably put some shingles on the roof as well. So here's what we're going to do to get started. I am going to refer you to the vanishing points, one to the left, one to the right. They are very, very important for locating many of the items and objects that we are placing inside the picture, and today is no different. I'm going to begin by using the right hand vanishing point and my ruler. No particular measurement is needed at this point in time. I am going to put some pressure and remind you how the ruler moves up and down. Now, before I get settled on that vanishing point, I want to tell you that I'm probably going to put a window here to the left and also a tiny one here to the right. And we're going to need to use our ruler to make our lines very, very crisp and very, very nice. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to attach that ruler, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 lines on alternating sides of the door. So I'm going to bump it up a little more. Let's make the bottom of our window here, and let's make the bottom of the small window here. So notice my lines are on the same plane. Okay, that'll do. Let's make the tops of the window. Now this might prove a little trickier because the top of the window should be in line with the bottom of the window, and what I've got to do here is kind of eyeball it. Okay, let me take that ruler away again. I've got to eyeball the correct distance here and the correct distance here. Now if you make it too short or too long, no worries. You can go back and correct your mistake. But if we're careful, we should be able to get really close on the first try. Okay, so there's the top of my window there. And there's the top of my window there. And like I said, if I went a little bit too long or too short, we will know soon enough and we'll be able to fix it up. Okay, let's put a parallel line in right about here to connect the top and bottom. And when I say parallel, the line I just drew is parallel with the side of the house. And this second line I'm going to draw is also going to be parallel. Okay, Not bad. Let's connect top and bottom for this window. Trying to keep it nice and straight. There we go. I think I should like to put some frames around those windows. Let's do that. Back to the vanishing point. Tell you what, while I'm at it, I'm just going to put the top part of that window in, might as well. And let's do the bottom part to both windows. Here and here. Okay, now let's finish this one by drawing the sides. Parallel and straight. Excellent. I like how that's turning out so far. Again, my goal is to go nice and slow and give you guys the opportunity to do this at home. Okay? And I hope you are pausing and rewinding and rewatching the video, because it's too much to remember for you to simply watch the video and then expect to remember all the measurements and all the details. That's just not going to be possible. Cleaning up the front side of the house. Before we move along to our shingles. Let me just put those lines back that I had accidentally bumped with my eraser. Okay. Now, for the shingles, I'm going to turn my paper at an angle, and I'm going to put some freehand diagonal lines on that first row. And when I say diagonal, I try to match the slant that occurs here and also here. I'll put one last little line in towards the end. Okay. Now, my objective for row 2 of the shingles is to go in between the diagonals from the first row. And when you do that, it creates a staggered pattern that looks very nice. Row 3 is going to match row 1. Row 4, which I'm on right now, is going to match row 2. And I'm glad I have my reading glasses on right now, because these rows are really tiny. almost to the bottom. One more row to go, and I think you'll agree that it looks pretty cool. If you take the time to do it right, you will have created a beautiful looking shingle patterned roof. I like that. I like that a lot. Now, previewing tomorrow's lesson, I think we'll show you how to add some detail to the windows. We're going to have to talk about the door. There's going to be a sidewalk. You'll want to put some type of siding onto the house. Some of us may want to add a chimney. There'll be hills in the distance, trees. We're going to be working on this for several more days. And each new day will bring new details and new wonderful achievements with regard to our drawing lessons. Boys and girls, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for being such great listeners and wonderful artists. Your version of the 2-point perspective blueprint will be due this coming Friday at 3 o'clock, which is tomorrow. And it's not going to be a finished piece. It's going to be your blueprint as it stands at the end of the week. We will continue on with this project next week, and by the end of next week, you're going to have one beautiful piece of art. Have a great day, boys and girls. Happy drawing. Take care and be safe.